dentist from Seinfeld.
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. Now, I hate when this happens because Bryan Cranston, again, we love Bryan Cranston. Movies, TV shows, series, Breaking Bad. He came on the Opie and Anthony show.
Did he?
He laughed. He brought blue rock candy.
Oh.
Little plastic bags.
That's really clever.
Like, I'm getting that blue fucking crack shit.
Meth, yeah.
Blue meth from Walter White. And then he's got to open his fucking mouth, just like all the rest. Hey, he's a mutt. I'll beat him up. Yeah, you're going to beat up Trump. Okay. I'll beat him. He's stupid. You're stupid. So Walter White, Bryan Cranston decided to speak about the MAGA phenomenon, Make America Great Again.
Now?
And yeah, I know. They're
now?
right on the cutting edge. All these people, the tip of the spear. So his take on this is that, hey, for some people in this country, America was never great. Now, before you even play it, why do people misunderstand what that's about? It's not make America great again. Let's start sending some ships back over to the Ivory Coast and bring more fucking slaves here, America great. It's not let's dump milkshakes over black people's heads at the fucking Woolworths counter. It's not fire hoses and German shepherds, although it's make America great again, powerful in the world's eye. An economic leader in the world, not beholden to China or any other foreign nation.
Make our own shit.
Proud, well-educated, where test scores of our students in this country are in the top 5 around the world. That's the great America that, by the way, was great for everybody. The opportunities of America are great. That's the part. You don't have to bring up all the bullshit that a nation goes through when it's trying to grow. And by the way, America is the only country that fought itself in the battle to reunite America and ended slavery. What other country are you going to find that did that? Americans died in the Civil War because of this. But of course, that's much too, you don't want to think about that. You want to think that make America great again.
Bring back slaves.
Racist. Yeah. Oh, what? Slavery? What about black people? But that's Walter White's
wow.
His take. Let's watch.
How did we get to a point where we treated other human beings as slaves, and we're okay with that?
Okay. Wow, we're really still harping on this.
How did we? Let me fill you in on the we part of that. There, Walter White. Every nation on the face of this earth had slavery at some point. They enslaved people. So you can't say how did we do that? We did it just like everyone else. Actually better. Actually much nicer than a lot of other countries. And for a way shorter period of time. Slavery in America did not last very long. We're not even that old a country to have had it last long. It could have lasted till yesterday. And it still wouldn't have been very long given how young this country is as a nation. There were enslaved people for thousands of years in many different countries and lands around the world. But of course, guilt-ridden, shithead, white Hollywood douchebags have to point at themselves. We suck. Do we? Look outside. Look at how any person in this country has an opportunity just like anyone else. And look how it's abused by some people. Is that a problem you should maybe look at? Or are you going to look at slavery 200 years ago? Ugh.
There's currently still slavery going on.
Currently? In Africa.
Uyghurs.
Africans are enslaving other Africans at a rate not seen anywhere else on the globe. Middle East. You know, all these wonderful Islamic, peaceful Islamic nations enslave people and treat them horribly. So, you know, Bryan Cranston. Oh, how could we do that? Oh, he doesn't understand.
We're okay with that. When I
Who's
see
okay with it?
the
Okay, again, sorry, should have maybe waited. It's going to take a while. How could we have enslaved people and been okay with that? We weren't.
Yeah, it was a different time. It's not happening right now in our country.
Go to some of the Civil War battlefield monuments. Look, read the names of the fucking thousands upon thousands of dead Americans that fought in the Civil War. And talk about how we were okay with it. How is that okay? Ripping a nation apart. Killing each other. That doesn't sound like it was okay with a lot of people. And it ended. Even before the Civil War, the sale of slaves ended. This guy is another one of these fucking idiots that we didn't know he was an idiot. And he became a beloved character. Malcolm in the Middle, for God's sake.
Wow.
Seinfeld.
I guess he wants to get booked again. Maybe.
Maybe that's it.
Up.
Maybe he was being a little too conservative with his ideology.
Okay with that. When I see the Make America Great Again, my comment is, do you accept that that could possibly be construed as a racist remark?
Pause.
Only if you're racist.
Yeah, exactly.
Only if you see as what was good about America was the racism.
Was racism. Yeah, I can see how anything could be construed as racist, because that's the world we live in right now. Something that has nothing to do with racism is pointed at and called racist. So yeah, I can see, of course. And when you have mainstream media pounding that shit for years now, years, that Make America Great Again is racist, of course it's going to be racist. The media makes the truth. They build their lies into the new truth. So while Make America Great Again had nothing to do with racism, the way the media handled it and his Hollywood douchebag ilk and Washington and Madison Avenue and everything else that we have dangled in front of our face every day, yeah, it's going to be racist. There is a way to turn it racist. But in its essence, in its original form, of course it wasn't. Great meant great. The greatness that was America, the opportunity, the freedoms, all those things. Not slavery and fucking, whatever else was going on that we look back in history and kind of go, oh boy, yeah, well, it's a growing nation. You're going to make some mistakes. But,
Hollywood is hanging on by a thread.
Oh, no one cares about him anymore.
Movies are bombing.
Yep.
Literally, it's like it's Hollywood and the mainstream media's entire, their existence ceases to continue if they don't keep perpetuating racism.
Right, they need
That's like a Pfizer guy going on camera complaining, well, people aren't getting vaccinated as much anymore. It's like, yeah, it's literally your job to perpetuate racism.
You're done. Yeah, it's not
Hollywood.
racist. It's not, but Hollywood needs to perpetuate. Well, thank God I got the Father movie I'm doing. That'll make things all better in Hollywood.
That interview is him sucking up to somebody somewhere.
Yeah,
so
somewhere.
He can get booked on something.
Yeah, yes. Get him booked on something.
Feels, and it doesn't even
trying
matter.
to score himself a black chick, whatever it is. He's definitely got an agenda that he's pushing.
Literally letting the powers that be know. That's him bending over a desk, opening up his ass cheeks, going, look, I'll say whatever I need to say.
Whatever you guys want.
Please book me on something.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm doing this voluntarily. Imagine if you asked me to do it. Right.
This remark. And a lot of people go, how could that be racist? Make America great again? I said, so just ask yourself from an African-American experience, when was it ever great?
I pause again.
People are so sick of white people commenting on the African-American experience.
Exactly. First of all, how the fuck does Bryan Cranston know what the African-American experience is? Quite honestly. He's like, so you would look at that and think from the African American experience?
I know.
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
I've been to a church's chicken, and let me tell
yeah.
you about their struggle.
How am I supposed to know? And how is he supposed to know what make America great again means if you'd lived the African American experience? How the fuck do you know? There are plenty of African Americans that I believe love the American experience and have no connection whatsoever to slavery. They don't know if their fucking ancestors were slaves. They might have come here well after slavery from Africa or the Caribbean or anywhere. But for some reason, he thinks, the African American experience will tell you that America wasn't great. It wasn't a great place. What a fucking
so tired.
pompous.
Like, I feel like this way of conducting yourself in an interview is like, I don't know.
Yes.
I feel like it's very tired. Like,
It's
I think
tired. It's not wearing well. A lot of people are talking about this very interview in this way, more so than, you read the comments and you see, and people aren't going, yes, thank you so much, Bryan Cranston, for telling the people it's all shut the fuck up.
You keep going to the well of racism trying to pull up another bucket and
Yes.
it's dry. People are fucking over this.
I think we might be seeing that. Thank God. But, we might. Here we go.
When was it ever great in America for the African American? When was it great? So if you're making it great again, it's not including them. So it's
wow.
to teach.
Tell that to literally any non-white person who has thrived in this country, started a business, become a professional athlete, literally.
Yeah.
So that's just an anomaly?
You come from India, you go to school here as a young man, you enter the business world, you become very successful, you get a wife and kids and a home. And you have to go like, no, it was never great for me. I am dark-skinned. No, it was great. It was great in that it had opportunity for people that wanted to be the best that they could be, and work with the system, the civil system that we have in this country. And that worked for anybody, regardless. And yes, there was racism. There was post-Civil War racism. There was the Jim Crow racism. But I'll tell you something else. There was a thriving black community in the 50s and before the Civil Rights Movement, before technically the government stepped in to say, well, we're now going to run the Civil Rights Movement. People noticed that black people were getting married and having kids and working at a job and building that respect and unity as Americans in neighborhoods that, a lot of times it was a fight to get people that were open to having black neighbors. But I'm certain that a black neighbor with a wife and kids and could afford a home and had the car and had that American dream of the 50s, early 60s, was a lot better than what we see now. A single mom with a couple of fucking thugs moving in next door to you. Yeah, now that's a problem. So you're telling me that wasn't greater than it is now?
Yeah, welfare checks are better than
That wasn't right.
A dad in the home, really?
Yeah. Living and raising a family without the fear of a bullet flying through your fucking window because some shit's happening outside, some gang shit is happening outside. It wasn't greater before that? I sure think it was. From my African American viewpoint that I get, my life style that I've known as an African, such an idiot.
Ugh, this is so tiring.
Oh, it's tiring.
So if you're making it great again, it's not including them.